Exciting news, I have a couple retreats coming up in the US. So this June, Hawaii, 1st through the 7th, and Colorado, 19th through the 23rd. These will go quickly. More details in the link below. Hello and welcome to your practice. Welcome to your breath, to your body. Maybe you've given it some attention already today and maybe not. Maybe this is the first time you'll have thought about it or paid any attention whatsoever. And that's fine. Here we are. And I'm going to guide you very loosely through some spirals, some sway, some somatic inquiry. That's just questioning what's happening in the body and moving as informed by the answers. So up to interpretation. Feel it out yourself and see what comes up. No sharp movements, no alignment, just play. And see how it is without having clear instructions of, really you're your guide. You're feeling yourself on this one. So just offering suggestions. And let's begin with stillness. Let's begin with a check-in. Maybe palms up, palm down in the lap, see what feels good. Often palm down feels kind of grounding. So depending on what your energy is like, maybe you need to ground, or maybe palm up in receptivity. Openness. And check in with you. What's your flavor right now? What's your weather? Another good question. What's your weather? Pema Chodron says that you are the clear blue sky. Everything else is just the weather. How our emotions rise and fall and move and express. But behind all of that self-energy, that clarity, I'd like to begin with just a little bit of free movement, but with breath. It's like kind of like a little vinyasa sway here. And begin by exhaling, maybe balling the fist up. And then inhale, open the hands. And then exhale, close the hands. And then inhale, open the hands. So we'll be making movement, we'll be making them with breath. So continue like this. But maybe on the inhale, the arms float up a little bit. On the exhale, they come back down. Maybe the head gets involved. You open a little bit on an inhale. And exhale, come back down. And now move in however you'd like. Inhale, slight lift. Exhale, there's another direction. Maybe the eyes stay closed. Maybe they're open. And maybe this is really big, or maybe it's quite small. But let one breath go one direction, and the other one go a different one. And the movement changes at the turn of the breath. One more round. And come into spiraling the spine here. So a slow threaded movement. And going the other way. And slowly transitioning into a tabletop position. Keeping the same sway, the same swerve. Maybe you come through child's pose or wag the hips side to side. Maybe all the way down onto the ground on either side. And think softness, spirals. And tuck the toes, downward facing dog, but keep it moving here. And bring the heels over towards the right, wag the hips, bend the knees, and maybe the left arm swoops up and comes down, downward dog. Wave forward plank pose. Bring the knees down and then take a moment, sway out the spine. Child's pose for just a beat. Like let the hips hit the heels and then roll forward, downward dog. Let's do this on the other side. Lift the heels, send the hips, the heels over towards the right. Bend the knees, find softness. And let the right arm float up. And downward facing dog. Wave forward plank pose. Knees come down. Sway it out. Maybe you have more movement or maybe it's really slow. Hips to heels. Round the back, wave forward. And downward dog. All right, heels up, wave, wag to the side. And get some buoyancy here. And the left leg's gonna get really light to this time. Instead of the left hand, the left leg's gonna get light. And then a big step up outside of the left hand. And bring the back knee down. All right, the left arm will kind of come underneath the hand. This is very loose instruction here. We'll kind of come underneath, swoop inside underneath the arm. And you can sink back, pour forward. And then inhale, come forward and kind of spiral the heart open. Let the arm come up and then come back down. Hips swoop back. Maybe the right hand goes really wide. Make this dramatic. Inhale, spiral open. Exhale, come back. Twice more. Add any flair you'd like. And come into a wide leg forward fold. Wag out the hips. And then bend the knees and kind of take a big barrel roll here, but it can look like however you want. Or maybe you're just going side to side. And then turn towards the other side of the mat. And downward facing dog. Ha. Inhale, lift the heels, send them over towards the left. Sink low. This time it's the right leg instead of the right hand that comes up, and take it big outside the right hand. Back knee comes down. Maybe the left hand goes wide and then the right arm kind of swoops underneath. Hips go back. Inhale, big spiral open. It's like the heart follows the hand. Twice more. Wide leg forward fold. Oof. Any movement here, maybe the barrel roll feeling. This time coming up into a goddess pose. And I want you to take that kind of free movement again with moving one direction and then the other, but turning at the breath. Free movement, but letting the breath guide it. Doesn't need to look good or like anything. Just exploring spirals. And maybe the legs don't stay in goddess. Maybe they begin to shift. If If you think this is really weird, I'm doing it on camera. But just explore non-linear movement. And it can help to have that little cue as the guide of an inhale one direction and an exhale the other. And I lose it often and come back, as we do with the breath. Couple more rounds of breath. And wide leg forward fold. And just stay here for a moment, maybe even finding stillness for a sec. And towards the left foot, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, wag the tail over towards the left. This time the left arm comes up. Really sink the hips really, really low here. And let the left leg come up, 2 big step forward. Back knee plants. Shift back, pour forward, kind of curl in. Inhale, open up, big spiral. Twice more. Dramatic. Expressive. And then Skandasana, back of the mat. Skandasana, front of the mat. Or other foot. Skandasana, back of the mat. Downward facing dog. Let's break this up. So inhale, wave forward. Knees plant, have a wiggle. Hips to heels for just a beat, then roll forward. Downward dog. Heels lift. Over to the left, hips, heels. Bend the knees deep, almost so the hips come to the heels. Right arm comes up. Right leg comes up, big step forward. The hand can help. And kind of Ardha Hanumanasana-esque as you pour back. And then open up, and a bloom open. And then curl in. Couple more times. All right, Skandasana, back of the mat. So many options here. High, low, front, back, downward facing dog. One more little vinyasa here. Inhale, wave forward. Drop the knees, have a wiggle. Hips to heels. Roll forward. Downward facing dog. This time walk the feet forward. Fold, release it out, ragdoll. Maybe a shake. Some audible exhale. And then slowly bending the knees, coming down into a seat, back into Sukhasana. Finding that first seat that you had. Spiraling the spine a bit. And coming into stillness. And now feeling in, seeing what's arising, what the flavor is, what's your weather. What's shifted, what's changed, what's stayed the same. And maybe go a little bit deeper, a layer underneath. It's a little bit more nuance of something that you can notice. Really these practices, whether we're doing an alignment-focused vinyasa practice, or we're doing a wiggly, feeling ourselves flow. It's just tools to discover and rediscover and reinterpret a relationship with the body, with ourselves. It's just all different methods to inquire. So thanks for carving out the time to tend to and to lean in. Beautiful self-love, dedication to that inner relationship. Very needed. And thanks for letting me guide you. Let me know if this was super weird or kind of cool or felt delicious. I hope that you enjoyed. Bring the hands together, thumbs at the third eye. Let's pour forward, pour out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you on your mat next time. If you'd like to explore with one of my longer form classes, then I have a free gift for you. Just enter your email in the link above or the description below, and we'll send you one of my classes from CCY Studio. And you'll have more space to explore as well as longer shavasanas. So see what you think. I hope you enjoy.